All right, good morning, everyone. Well, December is officially upon us, so I'm kicking it off with a review of a first time watch for me, Santa's Sleigh from 2005. And I'll say right off the top that this is absolutely going to find a permanent rotation on my Christmas horror playlist from here on out. I thought it was an absolute blast. In fact, over the last 10-ish years or so, Christmas horror has legitimately become one of my new favorite subgenres. It's not carrying itself at all like it is the next It's a Wonderful Life or even the next Black Christmas for that matter. But from the performances to the special effects and the script, everyone involved knows exactly what kind of movie they are making. And this movie starts with the pedal on the floor and does not let up that pace for most of its runtime. The opening scene got my attention right away, not just because the kills were really creative and kind of hilarious, but also because I love the fact that the movie had the balls to kill off all its biggest stars in the opening scene. And I'm not completely naive. Even though it is creatively interesting, I'm sure that the real reason that they killed all these people off right away is because their budget only allowed them to have these actors there for one scene. But I wasn't really thinking about that while I was watching it. In the moment, it was sort of like, okay, that was a ballsy move on your part. You've got my attention. James Caan does not look like he wants to be there at all, but neither does his character, so that fits just fine. But even beyond that opening scene, the rest of the cast is all very well placed. I mean, even Bill Goldberg, for that matter. I mean, he's never going to be a Dave Bautista or The Rock in terms of his crossover success. He's not even really a John Cena, for that matter. But once again, he knows exactly what kind of movie he's in, and he embraces that instead of feeling ashamed of it or self-conscious. Like, you never catch him trying to be more of an actor than he actually is. And I'm also really impressed by Robert Culp's performance as Nicholas Yuleson. Not this guy's best work necessarily, but if you know anything about Robert Culp, you know that this guy is a bona fide screen legend. Like, he has been in everything from the original I Spy TV series to Western staples such as The Westerner, The Rifleman, Bonanza, Rawhide for that matter. And even in more modern decades, he had solid supporting performances in, dare I speak of, The Cosby Show and Everybody Loves Raymond. So this guy's career, and may he rest in peace, spanned like a good 50 years, and he gave hundreds of performances over the years. I mention that not to be patronizing to any film fans out there, but just to sort of demonstrate that with that kind of a legacy, he is still giving a very modest, earnest, and committed performance here. I never met the guy and I don't really know much about him personally, but based on what I see here, I get the feeling that he had a lot of genuine humility. So yes, wherever you are now, Robert Culp, you are sorely missed. And you even get one of my favorite supporting actors, Saul Rubinek, in here as the owner of a local Jewish delicatessen. And just like Robert Culp, Saul Rubinek has a very impressive filmography to his name. Like, just run his name through IMDb or Wikipedia and you'll see he really is one of the most underappreciated character actors of all time. He's one of Hollywood's secret weapons, just like Brian Cox, one of those guys who seems to be in pretty much every movie ever made in some capacity, and for good reason. And him meeting his demise here by getting stabbed through the neck with his own menorah is just oh so mean, but I can't help but love it because, hey, I'm a sick. And the violence and the kills throughout the movie are all in very good fun here, but I especially enjoyed the spoiled kids who open their exploding presents and get their heads blown clean off. Please, Hollywood, give us more terrible things happening to kids in horror movies because A, it's make-believe, and B, we are adults and we can handle it. Thank you very much. And once again, while the special effects are decidedly lo-fi in places, they harmonize with the tone of the film perfectly. It just gives everything a sort of fable, storybook quality that gives this movie a lot of rewatchability year after year, I am sure. Just as an afterthought, I enjoyed the fact that the sleigh was pulled by a hell deer in this one, and given that the hell deer is killed rather quickly and cynically with a bazooka at the very end, I have to wonder, was that a deliberate homage to the movie Grizzly? They're both Canadian productions as far as I know, so it could be a deliberate wink. You could probably fit a synopsis of this movie on a post-it note, but that's not really a criticism at the end of the day. Like, I don't think this movie was really made for critics. This was made for horror fans who want a relentless ride of holiday-themed violence. And if that's what you're looking for, you're gonna get it. Maybe even to a fault. I mean, I could see some people finding themselves feeling a little bit numb by the end of the movie, but fortunately, this movie isn't even quite 80 minutes with credits, so it was wise of them not to let it overstay its welcome. So on the whole, this was a genuinely fun time. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. I enjoyed Bill Goldberg in this role way more than I thought I would have, and this will definitely be one that I'm going to add to my collection. So thanks as ever for watching, guys. If you have any thoughts of your own that you want to add on Santa's sleigh, feel free to leave them down below, and I will catch you again with more content real soon.